If I don't know, I can't grow. A client of mine, Tommy Foster with American Greetings, offered this to me recently. If I don't know, I can't grow. Surely this is true. To learn, to know, to grow, we must be curious and unafraid to challenge our assumptions. Perhaps even more importantly, we must welcome the perspectives of others. In short, we must be willing to accept and embrace feedback. I have two stories to tell you today because some of my greatest lessons, my moments of profound transformation, have been the direct result of feedback from others. First story. When my two sons were in their early teens, I felt as if something was missing in our relationship. I sensed that there was a distance, a feeling that they couldn't trust me entirely. So I took them to dinner and I asked them this simple question. What do you think about your dad? They were quiet, they looked puzzled, they looked at each other, and they didn't really know what to say. I knew in that moment that I was on to something. They didn't feel free to speak what was in their heart. I had to show them they could trust me by be willing to accept the criticism that I knew I was about to get. Finally, one of them said, "Dad, you embarrass us when you yell at us at our ball games." Wow, I embarrassed them. Well, in a nutshell, they were telling me by GT, "Hey, buddy, if you continue with this behavior, we're not going to allow you to come and watch us play anymore." Well, that really stung, but I took the feedback and I stopped. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Many times I just put myself in a timeout and walked away from it. But I knew I had to stop because now, 20 years later, we have a prospering and trusting relationship where we encourage each other and we cheer each other on. We're each other's biggest fans. Second story. I was asked to take a task to improve the performance of our company's warehouse. Well, I was speaking to them one day in my often loud, rah-rah manner that I thought would inspire them. Well, after I finished, I walked through the back and back to the front offices and found a young man who had slipped away from our meeting. He was in tears. Wow. I asked if he was okay. He said no. I asked, "Hey, have I done something wrong?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Would you tell me what I did wrong?" He said, "Yeah." "You yelled at me, Greg." He said, "When my dad yelled at me, the next thing that happened was he would hit me." Wow. Well, I asked for forgiveness. Then I asked for his help. I explained that I have a tendency to amp up, to get loud, and even though I don't mean any harm, I do not want to cause you any harm. So I said, "Hey, if I get amped up, raise your hand. That tells me I'm too loud. I'll tone it down. That it's acceptable by you." Well, about 2 or 3 months later, I did it. He raised his hand. I calmed down, and a big old smile. He and I started a trusting relationship at that point. All of us, we're on an ongoing path of transformation. Only some of us are making an intentional choice to become more like the person that we wish to become. It has been said, correct a fool, they will hate you. Correct a wise person, and they will appreciate you. Will you be wise or will you be foolish? Hey, I know that you will be wise. So accept feedback from anybody and everybody and digest it properly, and I guarantee that you'll grow through that experience. Thank you for watching Winning Edge videos, and let's grow.